Hi folks, and welcome to another video, or a live stream should I say. I haven't been live on a Sunday, especially for quite a long time, but I thought I'd go live just because, just to share my lovely Sunday morning eBay experience. I hope you guys are having a really nice, relaxed Sunday. The weather is good. Hope you guys have had some excellent car boot pickups, etc. I'm starting off my Sunday with a £50 loss courtesy of eBay. It's just a lovely tale of customer service, and it's nothing new. It's a cost of business, but it's important to put these out there because anytime this happens, I think it's important that it gets light shone on it, because it's allowed to happen too often without any repercussions. Hi to Shazad, hi to Closet Geek Reselling, thank you for popping in, Gimbal, Tommy as well. And no, I'm very calm, Shazad. I've actually thought about it before I go off on one, as you say. I wanted to kind of come on because I'd actually gathered my thoughts, and I'm aware that there's not really a great deal that can happen here. So I'm just sharing my experience. A couple weeks ago, I shared with you guys a situation where I had sold a bundle to a customer. It was a product bundle, and what it was a Finding Dory toy bundle. And this toy bundle included a carry case, it included a play set, and it included like figures as well. So it was like a complete bundle that someone could buy as a gift, ready to go type thing. And it's been quite a popular listing. I've sold it a few times, bearing in mind that we're only just approaching Q4, so I'm expecting it to do pretty well. And what I will do actually is I will share with you guys the bundle, so you can see what I'm talking about. So here is the bundle. So this is what I've been selling, and I shared with you guys that about a couple weeks ago, someone bought this off me, and then they messaged me saying, like it came incomplete. Basically, they stated that I had only sent a part of the bundle, which was not true. I 100% had sent the whole thing, and they opened a case against me stating that they'd not received the item, but obviously tracking showed that they had received the item. And I rang eBay, and I thought, wow, eBay's really looking after me for a change. This is good, because I rung them, spoke to someone, and immediately they said, yeah, we can see that it has been delivered. We can see the parcel's got a weight on it, etc. And yeah, they closed the case in my favor, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. They just closed the case in my favor. And I shared the story with you guys. Actually, for those of you that watch regularly, I shared the story with you guys about how eBay closed the case in my favor, and I thought, wow, a scammy buyer finally has been stopped. But obviously it's never that simple, and the buyer was then able to open a case, basically saying the item was not as described. So they'd had a case closed against them for not received, because I had proof that it had been received. They then opened a case saying the item was not as described. So, which they're entitled to do, obviously, because if they've received something that's not as described, they're entitled to a refund. Now, at this point, all they had to do, because they opened a case, eBay automatically accepted the case, and obviously they were then sent a return label, because if the item's not as described, I have to pay return shipping. That's fine. but the buyer had no intention of actually returning the item. In fact, they even stated in their return case, in their item not as described case, that they wanted the missing parts. Or a refund for the missing parts, more accurately. So they had no intention of returning it, even though if they did return it, they would get their full money back, right? So why wouldn't they? If they're unhappy with what they've received, if what they've received is incomplete, why wouldn't you refund and send back an incomplete item and get your full money back? They could have literally kept the rest of what I'd sent them and just sent back one item and said, you only sent me that, that's what I'm sending you back, and eBay would have given them a refund. I would have had no leg to stand on, and I would have been screwed that way anyway. But it's even better. So they open the case, item not as described. The label is sent off to them, automatically. And this is interesting because they then claim that they then escalated the case with eBay. They'd contacted eBay and escalated the case. And they basically had stated that the label that was automatically printed for 2 kilos, by the way, for 2 kilos, wasn't sufficient to send back the item. Now, that could only be true if they were going to send back the whole bundle, but they were stating I'd only sent them a small piece of the bundle, which weighed 700 grams, so they should have been able to send it back under the 2 kilo label that eBay prints out to help buyers send items back. So that was peculiar. That they were saying that the 2 kilo label that eBay prints out to return wasn't sufficient. So they escalated it to customer service, and I got an email saying I had to provide them a label to allow them to refund it, because the auto generated label only goes up to 2 kilograms in weight. And I was like, okay, so now I've got to pay for a label. So I paid another £8, or it was £8 this time. It was more because last time shipping was only about £6, because that's what it needs. But to be sure, and I knew I was being scammed at this point, obviously, but I felt I've got to do everything how eBay asks. So I paid for a parcel force return label, which covers you up to 25 kilos. And I emailed it to the customer, and I had to email it to eBay customer service. And eBay customer service were very thankful for me. They were thanking me for following their guidance and doing basically as they had asked. And as soon as I received the item back, to refund the buyer, and the buyer had 10 days to obviously return the item. Now, I knew the buyer had no intention of returning the item, and lo and behold, the label that I've purchased has not been used. The item was never sent back. But the case time limit, whatever it was, ran out, and today I got an email saying that the case was closed in the buyer's favour. So they closed the case. The buyer's not even had to attempt to return the item. The buyer's not even attempted to return the item, and it's been closed against me. So there's a ding on my account. They're going to get refunded their money as well. It's crazy, and there's nothing I can do about it now. I don't know what I can actually do in this situation. So basically, the buyer's got the product, they've gotten the money, and I've had a ding on my account. I mean, why is it like my last conversation with eBay customer service via email? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Let me just show you. Let me actually just show you. Let me just show you what's going on here. So I'll cut out any names, because I don't want to kind of show any names, even the customer support person or something. But let me just show you guys. This was an email that I received. I'm contacting you regarding, return request. It's not even point in going through it, really, is there? I mean, what's the point? Basically, I did everything they said, sent the label, even sent it as a PDF because they weren't happy with me sending a link in case the buyer had a problem printing the return label. The buyer's not made any attempt to return the item at all, and eBay have closed the case against me, so I get a ding on my account. So obviously I've called them and I'm waiting for them to call me back, and but I don't know what's going to happen now. Let me just see what you guys think of this. So I'm obviously going to appeal it, because it's not how it's meant to be. I've not received the item back. This was meant to be a simple item not as described. So I didn't know that buyers could do this. So a buyer can open an item not as described, and then escalate it to say that the label wasn't enough. So I didn't know they could do that. So that you can open an item not as described. So here's basically how you can just have anything you want for free on eBay. You buy it, you open an item not as described case, then you contact eBay and say that the auto-generated label isn't enough for me to ship the item back. And then when you make no attempt to post the item back, the case will then close in your favor and against the buyer, against the seller, and you've gotten away with an item, the money, and you'll get to damage the seller's account as well. So it's just unbelievable. Let me just go into the chat and see what you guys are saying about this. South London resellers popped in as well. Do appreciate it. Hazy, sorry for your loss. Thank you, Pete's Retro Collectibles. Hey, Tap Peddler, how are you? Good morning, Jack. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, it's the cost of doing business, but you know what, guys, like we shared with you guys that we're looking to we're going to be opening our high street shop, right? At least I'll have some respect for someone that makes the decision to steal from me while I'm there. Like at least if they want to shoplift from me while I'm in the premises, there's a bit of respect there. This is just so like scabby, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, yeah, Jack, I'm gonna call eBay. Clearly they didn't see. Yeah, phone eBay says tap. Yeah, I've done that. They're gonna call. That's right. But will they change? Hopefully they will also reverse any ding on my account, because I've got a feeling what will happen. They've already refunded the buyer. I've got a feeling they will just refund me the money. But will they actually take the ding off my account? Or will I still be dinged? Like, will I actually have anything to say? The case has been reversed and no damage has been done to your account, because normally they say that. It's amazing. It really is. Appeal as the buyer has not returned the item. Well, yeah, I'm gonna appeal. I've appealed. I'm waiting for them to call me. So they're meant to be calling me back, Shazad. It is disgusting, global thrifters. Yeah, eBay for Business will override. Yeah, eBay will leave the refund with the buyer, but will give you back your money out of their pocket. I know, but that's just ridiculous, isn't it? That's the thing. That's ridiculous. I'm sure they'll give me back my money. I've got no doubt. I'm not out here. I'm not out here to be like, oh, will I get? I'm pretty certain I will get my money back. But the point is, the buyers are allowed to get away with this time after time after time, and this is nothing. I always refer back to Craigslist Hunter. A lot of you will follow Pete, Craigslist Hunter in the US, and there is one story that is burnt into my mind, and that is when a brand new eBay buyer purchased a $2,000 laptop from Craigslist Hunter on eBay, returned a box of sand, and got away with it. Just got away with it. In the end, that's what happened. They got away with it. They got the money, and they have a laptop. Craigslist Hunter had to fight tooth and nail, and they did get their £2,000 back. They did get reimbursed, but they were still out of the laptop. And the buyer got away with, like $4,000 basically, $2,000 laptop, $2,000 in money. And that was a brand new buyer. They don't care about
they don't look at, account histories or any of that kind of stuff, and that keeps on happening. So, and again, this is only this is only like a £40 sale. So yeah, it's minor, but like they're gonna get to keep it. They've got the item, all right. They've got £40 worth of product, and they've got £40 refunded to them. So that's it. That is it. It's what should happen, and what would be a satisfactory outcome would be if they took the money from the buyer, because the buyer has the product, right? That's satisfactory. It's not satisfactory to me to give me my £40 back. That's great, but like that's not satisfactory, because I know that all I've had is stress just to get back my money, and the buyer has just gotten double. So you should have waited for eBay to respond to the appeal. Didn't I say don't go off on one? I give up. Sorry, Shazad. I'm beyond caring, about that. Like if they don't want to do the right thing, if eBay don't want to do the right thing, or if they're that petty that they would look on this tiny channel which no one watches and like make a decision based on that, then they deserve to be given as much bad publicity as possible, right? If that's how petty they are, and we know they can be that petty because of what happened in the US with them like messing with people. So yeah. I got them to reverse the outcome. No, I'm sure LGG, I'm sure they will reverse the outcome, because I've got a paper trail. I have got a return label that is unused. So I've got a return label that is unused. So they've not returned the item. I know I will get my money. That's not the point. That is not the point. I know I'll get the money. I just think it's disgusting. Gimbal says, yeah, Tommy, but at least PayPal have half a brain. I doubt they would win through PayPal. Yeah, all because of a bloody Finding Dory toy. I don't know, Jack. I mean, I'd like to think that, I almost want to believe that they didn't get the full item at this point. I know they did, by the way, but almost for this amount of hassle, but they're a newish account. I think they only opened their account in June. They've got about 20 something feedback, all from being a buyer. They've not left any feedback for anyone. So there was no flags to this. There was no flags. But it is really bad that, because the thing is, my point is this now. Say they were telling the truth and I hadn't sent them the complete bundle, which I did, by the way. And I know you've got to take my word for that, but I did. I honestly did, right? I've got so many of these bloody Finding Dory things. I am not going to be scamming people out of them because I want them gone, okay? But like, my point is, if I did send them like an incomplete bundle, why would they not send it back and get a full refund if they weren't scamming, if they were a good person? But also I think the issue is the framework allows this to happen. And we all know there's groups out there. There's literally groups out there on social media which are devoted to educating people on how to scam online platforms. So yeah, it's incredible. Yes, you can appeal for the defect to be removed too. Fingers crossed, says Global Thrifters. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. At the moment, as it stands, I've got a defect as well as I'm out of the money. So when they call me back, I'm hoping that will be rectified. But I'm in shock. Like, why would they? I went through the complete process. I bought a second label. So I mean, the fact that alarm bells should be ringing. Most customers don't care that the generated label was 2 kilos, or they'll just slap it on and take it to the post office or whatever. And at the end of the day, if it's not enough, there'll be a charge at the receiving end, wouldn't there, if the label doesn't cover the parcel. So that's peculiar in itself. But you could say, they were just being thoughtful and they want, but then if that's the case, then that proves I did send the full item, the full bundle, because there's no way otherwise that it would be over 2 kilos. It's only over 2 kilos if it's the full bundle. But yeah, this is incredible. Problem is, once the buyer has the money from eBay, they can't have it taken away. It should maybe go into some credit system for a certain amount of days, a bit like refunds go on hold for us. Very true, Derek. And how is this going to improve when eBay handle all the money, I wonder? That'll be interesting. Maybe managed payments will help this situation. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see. MB, it's just like stealing in my eyes, getting a product and also the money. That's not the way life works. I'm a new subscriber from Northern Ireland. Welcome, MB. Appreciate you. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Actually, thank you very much. And yeah, it is like stealing. It is stealing. That's why. F eBay. Wait until Beck sees this video. Shazad. See, this is the thing, Shazad, right? Everyone thinks that I'm the one that's irrational and just goes off. Rebecca's reaction to this when I told her what happened was very colourful, shall we say. Very colourful. And in fact, you'd say that I was the one that remained calm and level-headed about the situation. Hey, DB Resells, and hey, Zishan. Jennifer Hayes as well. Thank you. Appreciate you popping in. Tommy says, the sad part is I've sold nearly as much on all other platforms and I had hundreds of return scams problems. Or on other platform, combined return, 0 returns problems, scams. Scammers know eBay sucks. Yeah, it's true. It's true. eBay employees at the first stage are very limited in knowledge, unfortunately. I mean, that's the thing, Derek. But the thing is, I don't think I was dealing with first stage. I mean, this had been escalated to customer service, who I've been emailing customer support, and they've been emailing back pretty quickly, pretty coherently. So it's just, yeah, it is what it is, but still. Vincent Lee says, eBay is a big sleeping partner within your business with all the decisions. Having said that, you have many choices and platforms now to sell on, especially your shop, says Vincent. I appreciate that. Hey, Crazy Mike, this is mad. Yeah, eBay are going to do something, Mike. They're going to give me back my money, but unfortunately, they will let the thief keep my money as well. eBay will give me their money, as in eBay will give me £40 of their money. The buyer will have stolen and kept £40 of my money because I gave them product, and they're keeping the product. That's the sad part of it. What should happen is, like Derek has mentioned, it should be on some kind of a hold. The funds should be in some kind of escrow whilst the case is sorted out, right? That's what should happen. But yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not even surprised. I almost called this. I actually said to Beck, you wait, because I could see that the case itself still had a date, because they'd extended it by 4 days to allow me time to arrange collection of a delivery, a return label. So I obviously did that immediately. I did my part immediately, but it seemed to have no impact on the timer. The timer's counted down. Computers looked at the case and decided that clearly the eBay buyer who joined eBay in June 2020 was correct, and they should actually get a full refund, even though there's no record of them having returned even a box of bricks to me. They've not returned anything to me. So yeah, I'm actually keeping calm, because I would love nothing more than to share this person's name and address details, but that would be low even for me, so I'm not going to do that. No way are you the reasonable one. Becca's an angel. Yeah, seems very, very fishy, says Rebecca. It's very fishy. So it's just so you know, you should all basically know that a customer can buy from you, open a case, open an item not as described case, state that the auto-generated return label is not enough to return the goods you've sent them, escalate the case to customer services by saying that the auto-generated return label isn't enough. You will then pay more money for a return label so you can follow the rules. And then the case will close out anyway in the buyer's favor, and the buyer will keep your money, keep the item, and you'll get a ding on your account. Of course, you'll be able to call eBay and get your money back, and that's great. But it won't teach anything to the buyer except that it's okay to do this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey Jazz, how are you? Hey DBG and Hurricane Ian. So I just wanted to, for the Craigslist Hunter laptop incident, you said Craigslist Hunter got the 2K back. but are still down a laptop, but that's not true. Also, you said the buyer got a laptop and 2K, but that's not right either. Really, Carol, what happened? I thought, Carol, if you could explain, because that, if I'm wrong, I'd rather be called out on it. But that from what I saw was they sent him back a box of sand. So, and they kept the money and the laptop. I don't think anything happened to the buyer because the buyer was a new account. So unless did Craigslist Hunter like get the police involved and actually chase them down and get the money back or the laptop back, because that would be interesting. So let me know, Carol. But yeah. Oh gosh. Anyway, yeah. Not more to it really. Nothing more to it. So I'm gonna get on with my day. It is a beautiful sunny Sunday. I'm still waiting for eBay to call me back. God knows when they will. Yeah, he lost the laptop, but eBay refunded him out of their own pocket. Well, that's what I meant. So he didn't get. He got eBay's $2,000. Yeah, you know, he got money back, but only after he had to fight for that money. He got his money back, not the laptop. Exactly. So the thief did get the laptop and money. So the thief did better, didn't he? So all Craigslist Hunter did was send a laptop, have a bunch of stress getting his money back for the laptop he'd sent, whereas the thief got the laptop and $2,000. So I know who I'd rather be in that situation. You know, I'd rather be the guy with the $2,000 and the laptop and no stress. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyway, money I'm sure is tight right now. Bet the IND cases are high at the moment, says Vincent. Yeah, I mean, thankfully, I mean, again, just to put this into context, right? The reason why I'm not completely like losing my mind over this is because this happens. This is like you guys said, this is like stealing. So if I have a shop, this is going to be like someone just brazenly walking in and stealing something, right? Except it's more cowardly because it's all done like this. But so, you know, this happens. So I'm kind of putting into context. It doesn't happen often, right? Like, how often am I making these videos? You know, like most of the time, the videos I'm making are like, "Hi guys, you know, look what I sold on eBay," and it stays sold. And you know, we have 99.9% of people are very good, honest people that just want to buy things and are just honest. So you have to put it into context. It's just that when you've got so much evidence, and you know, the benefits of selling online are the paper trail, right? The benefits of selling online, the beauty of selling online is how everything can be documented. The whole situation can, you know, there's a paper trail to it. There's an order to things. And therefore it should be quite easy to not allow this kind of stuff to happen. But it happens on eBay. Amazon do the same thing. They'll refund things and give people their money back for no reason as well. It happens. So, but I'm just drawing attention to the fact that it's happened to me. That's all I'm doing. I'm not saying like, you know, that's why I've just titled it. What have I titled this thing? I don't know. I've titled it like "Nothing Changes" at the end. I've put like, you know, eBay has always been like this. So, you know, nothing changes, but it's part of business, and it's part of any business. I'm not going to be protected from this by selling or moving to Amazon. I'm not going to be protected from theft by selling in a shop. It's going to happen, but I think the problem is like, whereas like physical theft, it's harder to track, isn't it? It's harder to track physical theft because there's no transaction taking place. You know, someone's gonna walk in and get a 5-finger discount on an item in your shop, and they're gonna walk out, right? It's gonna be difficult to find that. Yes, you're gonna have CCTV and you can get the person's face and you can print out a picture of their face and report it to the police, etc. But it's much more difficult because no transaction has taken place. Whereas obviously when it comes to eBay and Amazon, the reason why I suppose it can be a little bit more frustrating is because there is a paper trail. The evidence is all there. It's just there's a lack of any motivation on the behalf of companies like eBay or companies like Amazon. They literally have no motivation or desire to do the right thing, because doing the right thing financially will cost them more than doing the wrong thing, which is just allow them to get away with it. It's cheaper for Amazon or eBay to allow you to lose the money, and it's cheaper for them to, even for them, it's less financially, it's probably better for them to have to just refund me than to go and mess with the customer and all that jazz. So that's how I feel anyway. But yeah, instead of eBay doing it properly and the buyer getting their money back, they get the money back through us increasing our costs, says Gimbal. That does happen. Adil says, he says, so happy that eBay is my secondary income due to these issues and stresses. Shazad says, in the last 12 months, I've issued over 20k in refunds, less than 1%. Cost of doing business. There you go. Less than 1%. Right. Yes. Some harsh words there by DBG about wishing. Yeah. Hey, Glock fan. Right, guys. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys listening to me and getting this off my chest. I wanted to just put this out there and just share the good news. That's how I'm starting my Sunday, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. I hope you guys had some really great finds at the car boot sale, and happy listing and selling, and I hope this doesn't happen to you anytime soon, although it probably will. All right, guys, thanks for watching.